All right, we're joining the interview portion of today's show for Barstool Backstage. We got Greylan James, singer-songwriter from Nashville via Knoxville.
I'm so happy to have this guy here.
I am too.
I have been hunting this guy down for like 5 years now. No joke. 5, 6 years. Long time ago. How old are you, first off? You look like you're like 20.
Bro, thank you for saying that, dude. I'm 28.
All right. This is still young.
Yeah, bro, thank you for saying that.
But I heard about you a long time ago from a good friend of mine, Mark Weissman, owner of Brick Street in Oxford, Ohio, Miami of Ohio University.
Had a great time there.
Legendary venue.
Legendary.
He, along with Ed Warm, who you're playing at Joe's tonight, those,
Legend.
in my opinion, those are the two best ears for up and coming country music in the country. And Mark reached out to me and was like, "You got to book this kid, Greylan James. He's going to be huge." This is a long time ago. So I've been trying to put something together and get you for so long now, and I feel like you're too big for us now.
No, dude. Hey, you know what? Like, those two guys, obviously legends. I've had a great time at Brick Street in Oxford. I recommend anybody going there, seeing a show, and then going out and experiencing Oxford. Also, there's a great bagel place there that will blow your mind after a show. But
they own it.
They do. Do they really?
Yeah, they own everything. They own everything in that downtown.
Dude, that I swear to God, I've been to New York. I've been all over the country, but those bagels, dude. I had a lot of beers after that.
His wife is going to be so happy that you.
Bro, they have every bagel you could possibly imagine, every combination. But and the most random place, Oxford, Ohio. Dude, it's crazy.
Great school. Great little spot. What have you played Joe's before?
Bro, I played Joe's for the first time when I was 15 years old.
How?
Bro, they snuck me in. So Whiskey Jam, which is a massive, like a legendary thing for spotlighting new artists in Nashville. And shout out Work Gunther. I know he's probably watching. He loves all the Barstool stuff. But they started doing a kind of Whiskey Jam on the road. And one of the first spots was Chicago, and Joe's on Wheat Street, and they reached out to me, found me on YouTube, and they were like, "Do you want to go?" And then they found out after they had invited me that it was going to be 21 and up. They're like, "All right, we think we can sneak you in." And Ed was in on it. That was the first time I met Ed, and it's still a story that we laugh about every time we're together, me and Ed. And they snuck me in. Played when I was 15 years old. So
what was that like, being that young, playing a bar club?
It was honestly the first time I played for like a rowdy crowd, people drinking. Like, I'd only pretty much played at like Mexican restaurant patios in my hometown, dude, you know, and like tomato festivals. So like being up here was my first time really being out of the state and of Tennessee, and it was insane. I'd never been in a city that big, never played a show that big, and also like looking back at the lineup, I think like Lee Brice was on it, like legendary songwriters were on that show. And so like the fact that I'm just now making it up 13 years later is crazy. But get back to Joe's on Wheat Street, it's always fun.
It's the best, dude.
Oh,
you're gonna have so much fun tonight.
There, bro. Yeah.
You're gonna have so much fun.
I'm going to be really hammered there tonight. And
Same, dude.
That's kind of like where I wanted to start from my end, at least, is I'm fairly certain that you and I met 2 years ago in June at Kid Rock's on the balcony. And Lance, behind the ones and twos right here, was the one to bring this up. He's like, "Yeah, we know him, or we met him. You know that, right?" And I guess I'll kind of just toss it to you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long night. We were all a little intoxicated, I suppose.
No, me intoxicated.
I was talking about our crew.
I was gonna say
might have been totally
that doesn't sound like me.
Is this
dude.
the Glenny Balls night?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, you were there.
Oh.
You were with Dallas Davidson.
Oh no.
Yes, now I remember.
Yes.
Good memory.
Yeah.
No, if I was
Forgot
with Dallas
about that.
Davidson on Broadway,
Yeah,
a lot of things had to have gone wrong.
We were on the like VIP balcony side because Glenny apparently
He's the mayor of Nashville.
Owns Nashville.
He is now, apparently. Yeah.
He got us up there and we were chilling. Dave was drilling the band with request after request, nonstop.
They were a Quest band. They had their Venmo signs up.
Yeah. No, that's Broadway.
And he's
That
telling
makes
me,
sense.
he's like, that they hate that. That's against the rules. I'm like, they literally had their Venmo say, "Send us money
They want
for
you to pay
request."
them. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, no, great memory. Holy shit.
But
Bro.
that's how it went. And after Lance jogged my memory, he's like, "Yeah, we were just chilling." He's like, super chill guy, and he said that you didn't come off as super fucked up. We were all hammered out of our skulls.
I hope my mom sees that. Yeah.
And we're like, "Hey, yeah, what do you do? Like, what's your?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I write some songs." And then you just started listing off all the songs you've written.
Yeah.
And we're like, holy shit, this guy's like a fucking a phenom down here.
Oh God, dude. Well, I mean, for me to be down on Broadway with Dallas Davidson and that whole crew, it takes a lot to get me down there. But I'm glad you guys remember that because I'm glad that I appeared not fucked up. So that feels really good.
Maybe you were so fucked up, you were just in that like.
Hey, professional
state.
here, dude.
Yeah,
I'm just a professional over here, bro.
But it's funny because at the time you said you're like, yeah, I'm trying to get into like the actual instead of not just songwriting portion, which you've almost got 1 billion streams across all platforms on. You're trying to get into performance and playing your own show. So
of course,
here we are, full circle.
Yeah,
almost 2 years later, year and 9 months, whatever.
Yeah.
What has the transition going from singer songwriter, mainly songwriter, to being actual country star yourself?
Absolutely, man. Bro, when I moved to Nashville, like growing up, I always wanted to do this. I wanted to do interviews, inspire people coming up and play shows and be the one singing the songs, be on the radio and get in the car, drive around and have that chance of hearing my voice on the radio. Then I got to Nashville, and when I was 18, I didn't go to college, just went straight there on my 18th birthday, and thought I was going to be a massive star right off the bat. And then I realized my songs were awful, dude. The songs I was writing about those girls I was dating in high school were ass, bro. Like, they were not good. And I signed a publishing deal, which I really didn't know what that was, but they basically just paid me to write songs, and it was a whopping $12,000 a year, which was just, I was loaded at that time. And so, bro, I just kind of fell into it, and I realized how bad I was and I needed to get better. And I just started studying the hell out of it. I grew up playing sports, so I was just had that competitive edge, and I was just like, I hate being bad at something. So I just got super sucked into the songwriting part, and somewhere along the way, people just started recording my songs, and I was like, this is amazing. And I kind of forgot about the whole touring thing. I kind of forgot about wanting to play shows and go out and do all this. And then, bro, I got to meet Kenny Chesney. I wrote a song for him back in 2020. And we met, linked up, and he sent my info over to my management company that I'm with now and was like, hey, you guys need to talk to this guy. Like, I'm cutting a couple of his songs. And
what a cosign.
It's crazy. Yeah. And, Kenny's from my hometown. So it was just like a super full circle moment. But he was just like, bro, you got to listen to this guy's voice. And nobody really talked about my voice. I was just the guy that wrote songs. And it really reminded me of like the original dream, what got me to Nashville. And that kind of started this whole artist thing. And I'm loving it, man.
One thing that always fascinates me talking to singer-songwriters, and I never get sick of asking this question.
Yeah.
And I'm always amazed is you say you had to get better at songwriting. What does that entail? How do you?
You're an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like
I can bench press.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not like you can like hit the gym. And,
Right.
Like, how do you?
Yeah.
Like, we know not the first thing about songwriting. So how do you improve on something like that?
Well, bro, I'll never forget like the moment it clicked for me. So I signed my first publishing deal again when I was 18, and I wrote for them for 2 years, and then they dropped me, which basically means you're fired. And so I got let go, and I was super worried about it. I was like, man, I might actually have to go back to like go to school and like figure this out, or go work at Home Depot. And I was really concerned about it. And then I had a buddy reach out to another publishing company, and they signed me as a favor. They were like, hey, we don't like what you do, but we like this other guy, and he's vouching for you, so we'll give you a year. And so they gave me a year, another $15,000. That was all I was getting. And I remember Old Dominion around that fall had released their, I think it was their Meat and Candy album. And actually it was Happy Endings. And I remember instead of listening to that album, I read the lyrics first. And I'll never forget that moment. It clicked for me. I saw like the wordplay they were doing, and it changed my life. That day, I'll never forget that day. I was eating a Wendy's 4 for $4 when they still had those, dude. I'm just reading through the lyrics on my computer, and I was like, I see what they're doing. And it was just wordplay. They were just writing poetry and put music to it. And from then on, I just realized like, okay, how to describe a sunset and just find different ways to say the same thing over and over. And that literally changed my life. So credit to Old Dominion, shout out to them. But that really just changed it for me. It's just finding new ways to tell the same story.
So that publishing company that kind of told you to piss off, and you're like, hey, we're doing this as a favor to you. What one that you had that moment of clarity?
Yeah.
How did they come back to you when you started? Was there like a hey, like, was this you? Was there any like kind of moment like that? You know,
dude. No, honestly, no. So I was writing songs even at that time when I kind of figured it out. Like, I mean, my songs literally just got better overnight. And I was writing with people that worked at restaurants, and And I was writing these songs. And I was like, I think these are getting pretty freaking good. And then a band called Parmalee, they're a ton of hits on country radio. Man,
we've had them before.
Oh, no kidding. Shit, yeah, dude. Matt Thomas, bro, I love that guy. But they reached out and they were like, "Do you want to come on a songwriter retreat right for our album?" And I was like, that was my first time ever getting to write with anybody with a record deal. And I went out with them, and Sony Publishing was there at that retreat, and they heard my songs and they were like, "Wait, like, where are you actually signed?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of, but this company's like kind of just paying me so I don't like just go homeless or go to college." And bro, so like Sony offered to like buy me out of that deal, and then I started getting like offer after offer after offer to get bought out of that deal. And I sat down with the owner of that company. And I was like, "Hey man, like you don't really like what I do, right?" And he's like, "No, I don't." And I was like, and we were at an Applebee's, bro, of all places, and he was like, "Do you want out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want out, bro." And so he let me go, and which was amazing. And I have a lot of love for that guy. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at. He let me go, spread my wings, and get at a bigger publishing company that changed my life.
You're a better man than I, because I would have just held the petty side of it and been like, "Hey, look what I'm doing now, asshole." You know.
Get a couple beers in me, bro.
Yeah,
I'll let a little bit loose.
Right?
But I mean, hey, he's a legend, and I appreciate him for even just giving me the opportunity in Nashville. It's crazy.
All right, you're 28 years old. How does a 28-year-old kid write a song like Next Thing You Know? Like, which is basically like that. If someone was 80 years old and wrote that song, I would have no problem being like, yeah, it sounds like somebody actually lived that life. What was like your mindset going into that? How did that come about? I mean, that's one of like the most beautiful songs.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah, I mean that whole day was crazy. So we were sitting down to write a song with Jordan Davis, me, Chase McGill, Jordan, and a guy named Josh Osborne. We're sitting down, and Jordan was going into the studio on a Monday. We were writing on Thursday, and he was like, "I'm cutting one more song. I need a tempo show opener. It's got to be like just something that makes you want to drink a beer, like, and just party." And we were like, "All right, we got you, dude." But then he showed up like an hour and a half late, and we were supposed to start at 11. He showed up at 12:30 and said he had to be out by 1:30. And we're like, that's not a lot of time, dude. And so we were just kind of talking about catching up on life. We hadn't seen each other in a minute. And before we knew it, literally next thing you know, like I threw out that title, and Jordan was talking about his kids, and we're like, let's just kind of start writing this little live song. And we were literally just talking about each other's families. And the last chorus was a lot about me talking about my family, which I've got amazing parents who always taught me about living in the moment, appreciating people that raise you, respecting your elders. And I think that's where I was able to relate to that song. But I got to give a shout out to a guy named Bob DiPiero, a legendary songwriter, written like 50 number ones. He told me when I first got to Nashville that he was from Youngstown, Ohio, and he wrote some of the biggest country ass songs of all time. And he was like, "Bro, I grew up around nothing country. It was just all like steel plants and all that. But like, it's just all about imagination. It's all about imagination. Just perfect your imagination." So that day, sitting with a couple dads, I just really tapped into my imagination. And a lot of it, again, was just, I have a great family that taught me to literally just pay attention to each little moment in life, which is what that song's about.
That's incredible.
What's your biggest failure that you've learned from? Is there any specific song where you're like, this is going to pop off and that people are like, this sucks? Or is there any specific?
God. Oh, absolutely. Well, I was on The Voice when I was, I think I was 15 or 16. And
what was that like?
Oh, bro, I got rejected so hard, dude. It was terrible. I really didn't know anything about TV, film. I'd never been to California. I'd never been out of the state of Tennessee. And bro, I'd never been on an airplane, and I flew out to LA to be on the show, and it was all happening super fast. And then it was over like that. And, you know, like it literally just changed my life. So I think like after that, it was kind of like a reset. And I was like, I got to get better at this. And so that's still something that follows me anytime I'm talking to, you know, new girl or something, or talking to buddies. They're always like, I just Googled you and you were on The Voice, bro. What is it? So it's still something that follows me. But yeah, I think that's definitely something I've kind of like, all right, I need to outgrow that shadow. And it's definitely a little chip on my shoulder, you know.
So you've been doing that. We talked to so many artists and guys that, you know, grew up playing sports and got hurt, and they were like, what the hell am I going to do? Oh, I'll pick up a guitar. I mean, you've been doing this your whole life.
Yeah.
I read you started playing guitar when you were 5.
When I was 5.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't even know how that's humanly possible. That's crazy.
Your dad taught you?
No, dude. So my grandfather, he bought me my first guitar, when I was 5 years old, and started taking me guitar lessons every Tuesday. And I got over there, and I was like, this guy's not teaching me. I want to learn Sweet Home Alabama, dude. Like, I want to learn Sweet Child of Mine, like the stuff that the girls in middle school are going to love, dude, you know? And he was just not teaching me that. He was teaching me like old school Chet Atkins, Johnny Cash stuff, which I appreciate now. I know how to play now, but like I wanted to learn the cool shit, you know? And so I quit guitar lessons, and I just, YouTube was my best friend. And
Marty Schwartz, right?
yeah, dude, that's right,
Yeah.
bro. Literally, bro.
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past.
We interviewed him a couple years ago.
No
and
shit.
We were joking. He's like the who was the fucking emperor that like everybody's related to? He's like that for guitar teachers.
Dude. Yeah, he literally is, bro.
Like Genghis Khan or whatever.
Yeah.
He has like everybody on planet Earth, like 1 in 50 people have some because he just had a gazillion kids. That's Marty Schwartz in music. He just has taught so many guitar players.
Bro, I watched his videos over and over. And then, bro, a big learning moment for me was Brad Paisley put out a instrumental album when I was like 11 years old. And I just played a show. Again, it was probably a Mexican restaurant patio, like or a nursing home, dude. And
Starbucks,
bro, literally, dude. Anybody that would have an 11-year-old playing songs, I was playing it. And I remember my bass player came up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, you're not good at guitar. Like, you need to get a lot." And he was like 45, telling an 11-year-old, like, "Hey, you're kind of ass." And so he gave me the CD of Brad Paisley's Play album. He was like, "Learn every note on this, and it'll change your life."
I mean, I am not a musician. I don't really play guitar at all, but I look at Brad Paisley as one of the all-time great guitar players. How do you just be like, that's like saying like, oh, play basketball like MJ.
Literally, dude. But
like,
I mean, you know, to my 11-year-old little pea-sized brain, dude, I was like, I got this, dude.
Yeah, I'll do it. Right.
Bro. And I had that short king energy, dude, which I still got. And I was like, I can do this shit. And bro, I just sat down and just pressed play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind until I learned every note on it. And then fast forward, I guess like 3 years after I got to Nashville, 4 years after I got to Nashville, I met a guy that writes a lot of songs for Brad, and I got to sit down and play all those songs that I learned on that album for Brad, and he was like, holy shit, you actually did learn this.
That's
I was like, fuck yeah. So it pays off to watch those videos and to do that extra work when you're a kid, even though you probably won't have a lot of friends. Yeah.
See, like, you know this. You grew up playing sports baseball, you said. Like, now that, like, when I was growing up, it was one or the other.
Yeah.
For the most part, like I took piano lessons. My dad forced me to get like better hand-eye coordination for sports. Not to be good at piano, so it could help me for sports.
I get that, yeah.
And I didn't want to be known as like the music guy when I was 10. I wanted to be known as a jock athlete.
Hey, exactly,
you know?
yeah.
But in hindsight, I regret every day of my life not picking up a guitar until the pandemic. You know?
Yeah.
And it's such a great mental workout. All of a sudden, like you look up, it's 4 hours later, and you did something productive. So, but I love it. And so, like, what's next for you? Like, you made this transition. You're full steam ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
What's next?
Bro, so, you know, still writing songs. Still having the pleasure of writing songs for buddies that are a lot further ahead in their careers than I am on the artist side. But, yeah, I got to sign a record deal about a year and a half ago. Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's been electric, dude. And, you know, going on tour with Ashley Cook right now, which is awesome. That's why we're here in Chicago. And, man, I just put out a song called Wait Till You Have Kids, which is a song that was inspired by how next thing you know, the reaction behind that song, man. A lot of people were saying what you said, like, how did you write this without having kids, without being older? And they're like, well, if you can write that song now without being married, without having kids, wait till you have kids. And the songwriter me, I wrote that down. I was like, I'm going to write that shit. And so I wrote that song and put it out a couple weeks ago. And it's my first single to country radio, which is exciting. So
have you heard it yet in like an Uber?
Bro, I've not heard it yet. So I think it goes to radio like March 17th, something like that. So I'm super excited. I'll probably call and request it, dude. You know? I'm so surprised, dude.
One of our other hosts on the show, he was a founding member of AWOL Nation.
Oh,
if you
no
remember
shit.
them.
Yeah, dude.
And like to this day, like I'll be driving in an Uber and I'll hear Sail and I'll be like, God damn it, Kenny.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's one of those. But I had a question right off that, but I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We were talking about this off air earlier. How did the friend of the program, business partner, how did the connection come with Jimmy Butler?
Oh yeah, dude. Bro, I've felt short a lot of times in my life being in the same room with Jimmy Butler, dude. Former Bull, dude.
Former everything.
Former every team, dude. Hey, yeah, shout out Jimmy though. Man, it was the craziest thing. I was like laying in bed and I got a text from a buddy saying like, "Hey man, I just got hit up by Jimmy Butler." And I was like, they're like, do you want to write with them? And I thought, there's sometimes that you meet somebody in Nashville that's new that has a name of a sports guy, like Jordan Davis, bro. Like you got the Eagle dude, and then you got Jordan Davis, the guy with the beard, and so I thought it was like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
like a new artist in town, dude. Jimmy Butler, James Butler, dude, and so I honestly thought nothing of it. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do it because it was a close friend that reached out, and then I showed up at my studio, which has got low ass ceilings, and all of a sudden this massive group of dudes start walking in with cameras and like they had coolers and all this shit. And I'm like, who is this Jimmy Butler guy, dude? This guy's got balls walking in here like this. And then it was Jimmy Butler. And I was like, holy shit, dude. You're
that Jimmy Butler.
I beat you on 2K a couple nights ago, dude. And bro, he came in and was like, bro, I'm a big fan of your work. And like I had no idea, but he was a massive country music fan. He is a massive country music fan.
Huge. Like a student of the game country music fan.
Bro, literally, like, I mean, I've written with a lot of country artists, no shade, but like that don't know that much about our format, about country music and the history of it, bro. Jimmy can dial up anything, sing it back to you. And bro, he was making trips to Nashville to write songs and to learn the process.
He's been doing this all under the radar.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, for like 5 years now. Yeah. He's amassed... He's got like Luke Bryan. He's got some big fucking names he's co-wrote with.
Literally, yeah.
And he's got all this material. I'm waiting for, I don't know if he's waiting till he like hangs it up and he's just going to drop.
I don't know when he's going to do it, bro, but like he's got some fire songs. One of them, dude, I put one out that we wrote together, and it's called Old Truck, Young Love. And a lot of people like love that song. They have no idea that the NBA player Jimmy Butler wrote that song.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was just crazy. But he's talented as hell. I got to play a pickup basketball game with him and Parker McCollum, Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and again, dude, like
I gotta ask, how hot is Sam Hunt person?
Bro, all those guys, dude, just they're all out there playing with their shirts off, dude. And I'm like,
Parker,
I'm not doing this shit.
Parker played Windy City Smoke this year, and Jimmy came out on stage.
Oh, did he really?
I forgot about that.
And was shooting off T-shirts into the crowd while he was playing. They're from same place in Texas, right?
Oh, okay.
I think.
More sense.
Yeah,
that
like
makes more sense.
they have like.
I thought he was from Milwaukee.
No,
he played basketball. Yeah,
no, I know he went to Marquette, but I thought he grew up outside.
From middle of nowhere in Texas.
Texas guy, dude.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either, bro.
So that's why he grew up
around
with such a country background.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But bro, he's a student of country music, bro, and he like when he's making trips to Nashville, he was looking at the songwriting credits on all these songs and was like just kind of scouting which songwriters he wanted to write with, and happened to be on the list. And I mean, he's become a close friend. Anytime I have a song come out, he's the first to text me, "Hey, bro, congrats on the song coming out, love it." And which is always cool as shit. So I'm waiting for that moment where I'm like, doing the man on the street where somebody walks up and is like, "Who's the most famous person in your phone?" Jimmy Butler, dude. Absolutely. So that's a flex for the buddies back home.
Has he been in here yet, Jimmy Butler?
No, not yet.
No.
Oh, y'all gotta get him, dude.
Yeah, we'll get him in eventually, I'd imagine. But so what leg of the tour is this?
Bro, so I think we're about halfway through it. I think we got like 2 more weeks left, which it's been great. Like Ashley, I actually played my first show, and she didn't remember it, but she was in a duo with her sister like 10 years ago, and we played a shitty bar in Nashville, and we played a ride around, which is just like songwriters going back and forth playing songs that they wrote, and I had Justin Bieber hair. It was awful, dude. You know what? I think I even wore. I think I wore a vest, which shows you how out of touch I was at the time, dude. And she was in a duo, and I haven't really seen her since. I've seen her around like red carpets and all that stuff, but going on tour with her has been so sick, and like to see her just like go from that what I saw 10 years ago to a star now it's awesome, bro. We get to sing a song together at the end of the night, and her fans are great. They've welcomed me, and it's a reason to be back in Chicago, dude.
You like life on the road?
Bro, so I tell this joke every night. I love life on the road. So the thing is like people see these tour buses outside the venues. They're like, holy shit, dude. Like, I bet Greylan's on one of those buses. I'm like, hell no, dude. There's a Chrysler Pacifica out there, though. That shit's ours, bro. We're in that Chrysler Pacifica, dude. And, bro, there is,
hey, you'll get that tour bus one day.
Bro.
And then a PJ, right?
That's what we're working on,
and then you can
dude.
die in a crash like Buddy Holly or something, and then be like a revered country artist for all of time.
Goals, dude.
Right?
Goals, bro. I swear to God, dude. like last night, one of Ashley's crew members, I'm not gonna say him, but shout out to him. He was like, "Are you guys actually in a van, or is that just a joke?" We're like, "You think there's just a van following you guys around?" That's us.
No, we
dude.
hear these stories all the time. Like those are some of my favorite stories that I get from you guys. Is just like living in sleeping bags in like the aisles of like between the seats in vans, and then the slow upgrade and all that, and pissing into water bottles on the road. I don't know if you've been there yet quite yet, but
no. But my videographer took his shoes off in the van this morning, and it was. I mean, I thought he released a dead body in the van, dude. I mean, it was.
He's back there laughing right now behind the camera.
Shout out Weird Dave. Dude.
Remember these days, man. I'm glad you got a guy documenting it all, because you're gonna look back and
they're gonna be the best memories, I'm sure. Right?
Oh, bro, that's what they keep saying. I've been living the good old days. They call it. These are the good old days. I saw Old Dominion. We were picking up our merch because we're on the same management team. I was picking up my merch from the office, and I walked in, and Old Dominion sitting in there. You know, they're about to do some cool shit. Probably get on their bus, dude, and sleep. And I was like, "Hey, you guys want to come on tour with us? We're in the van again this week. You guys want to come?" And they're like, "Oh, dude, we remember those. Those are the good old days, bro. You're gonna remember those." And I was like, "Well, the good old days will last about 3 years, dude. I'm about done with this shit. All right, come on, bus, dude. Somebody sponsor one. Let's go."
What have you been working on material wise,
bro? Honestly, I just got word from the label that we're starting to talk about an album, which is so sick.
Awesome.
I'm so stoked, and been talking to some buddies about some features, which is gonna be really cool. Because I've been compiling this, songwriting catalog, and I'm like, well, one day I want to like collaborate with the people I've written songs for.
Dude, you've got such a great Rolodex.
Yeah,
almost a billion.
Yeah, almost a billion, dude, which is crazy, bro. It's crazy, and I just put out a song with Cole Swindell a couple months ago. He was like the first one I hit up and been like, "Hey, do you want to hop on a song with me?" So open that door, and then once I've been kind of like floating the idea to a couple buddies. They're like, "Bro, we're absolutely down." So it's gonna be probably an all-star little lineup on it, and
awesome.
bro, I'm so stoked about it. But honestly, I'm just writing songs that I love, and hopefully one day people hear them.
How much do you got to balance writing songs you love and good, clean, old-fashioned music versus hitting an AI algorithm? Because I know that's the unfortunate truth of the music industry right now.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion, unfortunate. I know it's like made stars and everything, but there's a difference,
No, there definitely is, and I think it's something that it is hard to ignore, especially in the writer room. But I think it's just remembering why we did this.
Mm-hmm.
I do get to see every night like what songs can actually do to people in real life, and seeing people cry to songs in the crowd, like, bro, that shakes you up. And so that's why I'm so thankful that I've got to go on the road and have this experience. No matter if it ends in stadiums or if it just ends up being some stories that I have, like at least it's going to help me write songs that people can live their lives to, because I know how much it affects them. And having songs go viral on TikTok, that's cool as shit, bro. But when you're talking to somebody and they're telling you about their mom with cancer, loving that song, I had a story last night. Somebody come up to me that their mom's favorite song before she passed away with cancer was "Happy As Happy Does." It's a Kenny Chesney song that I just wrote as a feel-good song, but I saw the impact that it had on somebody. So I think just remembering those stories rather than the the viral sensations and all that. That's cool as shit. It's cool to brag about, but it's those stories that you take to the grave.
Who's someone that really impresses you that writes songs that way?
Oh, bro, Hardy. Hardy
he's
is
so good.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
And he took the long way around too, bro. He was just a writer in town for 10 years that a lot of people were like, oh, it's just Hardy, bro. Like he's just the guy that writes songs with his buddies, hangs out at Red Door in Midtown, bro. But then he just flipped a switch, same thing, and then just was writing songs that like nobody else was writing because he really cares about them. And I got the chance. I'm actually signed to Hardy for my publishing now, and so we've been writing a lot together and getting to see how he approaches and tackles a song and a lyric and an idea is so inspiring, bro. He really cares about the songs he's writing, and he's always trying to do something new that people again can live their lives to, bro. He's one of my goats for sure.
Great guy.
I don't know the first thing about writing a song or building an album or an EP or anything like that, but I do know, not personally, I'm not good at it per se, but I am around people that know how to go viral. So I got a couple of tips. I'm calling it from a Barstool Sports baseball blogger who doesn't play any instruments. That's what we're calling this. We'll call it a segment.
Yes.
Tip number 1, start a beef. Kendrick versus Lamar, or Kendrick versus Lamar, Kendrick versus Drake.
Yeah,
biggest thing in music right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So why don't you just single out like Bailey Zimmerman and just write a salacious takedown of him?
Oh, bro, dude. I love you, Bailey. All right, I wouldn't go after you.
We love Bailey too. That's why I used him.
But I've got some names in my head. All right, yeah. All right, that's a good idea. All right, got it. Write it down.
Well, yeah. that was going to be one of my questions. Have you seen Dewey Cox Walk Hard?
Oh, bro, that's one of my favorite movies
One of the all-time
dude.
most underrated comedies ever. It's absolutely.
If you're a musician, you've not seen Walk Hard, Dewey Cox, you're out of your
It's a
fucking mind.
perfect comedy.
It's
a
unbelievable.
perfect comedy. But are you like
Unbelievable.
that guy? You're like arguing with your mom or girlfriend or whatever, and you just like you get a lyric in your head, and you're just like, you're like, and you just start singing.
100%, dude. Oh,
Stop
100
singing lyrics,
Bro,
Dewey. Stop
dude,
writing songs, Dewey.
Bro, I'll be out at the bar with my boys,
Yeah.
and I'll just be like, "Hold on a second, dude." I'll just like go in the corner and just start.
I got some.
Go,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, it gets on people's fucking nerves, but you know.
So there's that. Start a beef. You could also get drunk at a Nashville bar and throw a chair off the roof of a bar.
I mean, hey, look. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Get arrested.
That's worked for somebody, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have been done before.
Bro, I think he's
don't
from
know.
Knoxville too, dude. I think he's from Knoxville.
Really?
Tennessee, too,
All right,
yeah.
so maybe that's just
Fuck,
like
that's
Freudian
crazy.
slip.
Yeah.
Someone did it. If it's been done, don't do that.
Okay,
then.
yeah,
Get
yeah,
arrested in another way.
Okay, yeah.
Non-violent crime, that is.
Oh, tonight, dude,
something
let's do-
something
yeah.
funny where you get your mugshot out there and we laugh at it.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, your music pops off.
Yeah, perfect.
Start an OnlyFans. You're a hot-looking dude.
Oh god, dude. Fuck yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Boom.
You're in.
It's all great. This is all great advice.
These are
And
great
then,
ideas. My publicist is over here like, I mean, please
she's shaking her
don't.
head.
I see it right now.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's pretty much all I got. Like the 3 ways to like score points on the internet: get arrested, start a beef, and start an OnlyFans. Like that's the 3 ways to go viral.
Bro, you know what? Like, it reminds me. I was with Gavin Adcock. I don't know if y'all know Gavin, but I was with him doing a Sirius XM thing, bro. And Gavin was like backstage, and people kept coming up to him like, "Hey, just to make sure you're not gonna like just throw a Jack bottle somewhere off the stage." And bro, at least like 10 people came in and were like, "You're sure you're not gonna throw a Jack Daniels
Wait, who is
bottle
this guy?
off this?" Dude, he's great, bro. He's like blowing up on the internet, bro. He's got great songs. Gavin Adcock, dude, is his
Is he
name.
just wild card?
Bro, I mean, I guess he is, but like backstage, he was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna throw a Jack Daniels bottle. Like, what are they talking about?"
Like, do they really think of me
they
like that?
literally thought that he was gonna do that, and I was like, "Bro, I need something like that, dude."
Yeah,
Like,
where you
what
have
can
that image, but you wouldn't actually do
I wouldn't
it.
actually do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are they
Joe's
talking
on
about?
weed tonight. Starts tonight.
Bro,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, we'll figure. We'll game plan, dude. We'll game plan.
But yeah, that's I guess that's all I got for advice from an internet blogger on how to be
No, I
a
love
country
that, yeah.
star. So
I'm glad we finally got you through here. Pumped for the show
Bro,
tonight.
thank you, man.
Anything you want to mention before we wrap this up? Any shout outs, labels?
Bro,
I'm so happy to know that you're going to start working on an album.
man, thank you.
Probably not this year, probably 26.
No, it's gonna be this year. It'll be this year. You know, I've been compiling songs, you know, and
Beautiful.
I'm super stoked about it. I'm actually just itching to get home, get in the studio, and hunker down on it. I really feel like I've identified who my fans are, and you know, I'm getting people coming to shows, singing the songs back to me, and I feel like there's people out there that want to hear what I have to say now, and not through another artist, and I'm just super stoked about that, bro. I'm excited to get in the studio and just feel the songs and see what people think of them. It's gonna be fun.
Good, man. You've been working your ass off.
I
It's
have,
good
bro.
to see.
yeah,
it's
you've
good
been
to
grinding
see
for a
the-
decade plus now.
Yeah.
Good to see the hard
longer
work
than a decade.
paying off.
Yeah.
So we'll end here. That scene in Walk the Line when he's trying out at the little studio and the guy's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, you suck. Like, if you got one song to play, one song that's gonna hit home," and he starts singing at what was it?
Oh, bro.
Folsom Prison Blues or something. We have the mini Taylor. You said you like it. No pressure, but if you like to give us a jam,
Bro, that's a good idea. Should I just play my new single, dude? Because that's a song that I'm super proud of.
we'd love to hear it.
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Can somebody grab that guitar over there, bro?
Is that over?
Let me make sure it's in tune, dude. He says hold strings on this guy.
Well, not in tune yet.
Definitely out of tune now, dude. Let's see.
I also.
Hey, Dave. Don't take your shoes off. Can you hand me my phone?
You got new shoes.
You get new shoes, dude?
Oh, we didn't talk about the beagle.
Oh, my beagle, dude.
What's the dog's name?
Bro, I've got a beagle named Knox, dude. Y'all want to see a picture of him? Hold on. I've got.
I know. I saw it when you plug your phone.
Why
in.
not a coonhound
So-
if you're a big ass Tennessee fan?
So
Bro.
cute.
I guess they're kind of the same dogs.
He's kind of the same dog,
Yeah.
a little bit, dude.
They're so fucking cute.
He's my guy, dude. I love that dog.
I
bro.
got a mutt, but I'm pretty sure he's got beagle in him. His nose is absurdly good.
Dude, my dog is literally just like nose to the ground, tail up, bro. Anytime we're on a walk, bro, he is just
Smelling away, right?
vibing, dude.
The noses on those dogs and the stomachs. I've never seen something that can eat more in my
Garbage
entire life.
disposals.
Oh
They
my
don't
God,
have an
dude.
off switch.
They'll eat themselves to death if you don't take food away from them.
Your little beagle would sneak in, steal burgers from me and shit at barbecues.
The best.
Oh no, dude.
They're the best.
Bro, I took my beagle to the vet the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, he's fat now."
They all
He's
get fat.
dude. He's getting fat,
gotta
bro.
lean
I was
him
so
out.
sad, dude. I was like, "No, he's not fat. He's
he
just big
howl?
bone, dude. He's just big bone."
Has he got a good howl?
He's got a great howl, dude.
best.
He's got a great howl, bro, and he's got a new house now in Nashville, bro. He's cooking right now. I'll do that. Oh,
What's this called? Wait till you have kids?
it's called Wait Till You Have Kids, dude. So, I wrote this with buddy Matt Roy, who, again, I'm sure he's watching, and let me get this in tune real fast. And neither of us have kids. We don't have kids, but Matt Roy is one of the greatest songwriters in Nashville, bro. He's my age. He was one of the first people I met, and neither of us have kids, and so that's what's really interesting about the song to me. And I think it's proof again that imagination is the key to writing songs, especially country songs, bro. Just imagine you're living somebody else's life because somebody out there's living it, and
Hell yeah.
if you get the imagination part right, bro, you're on the right track. So.
Actually, there's I would be beyond stunned if you've ever heard of him, but you said you're a baseball guy. His name's Eric Shanks.
Eric Shanks.
I was given his name. This is back when I was in college. I played summer league with these two guys from Virginia, and Eric Shanks was a guy that made a AAA for, I think it was the Padres, and tried for 15 years to get that one at bat in Major League Baseball. Never got it.
Yeah.
Wrote country songs on his ascension through baseball. It is the most pretty country music you'll ever hear.
No
And
kidding.
I would bet out of 1,000 songs or 1,000 plays he's had on whatever Spotify or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like 900 of them.
No shit.
So I'll send that to you afterwards.
Oh, bro, please, dude, that'd be amazing. Hell yeah. I got this in tune, dude. Y'all want to hear it?
Oh yeah, let's
Do it.
let it rip.
Is this mic in a good place? Y'all can hear me? All right. It's called Wait to Have Kids. And again, this goes out to my mom and dad back home.